Hey everybody, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Steven.
And we are taking on a home. Today we are going to be talking about the 3 most common apps used for home buying and if they do a good job or not.
Absolutely.
Stay tuned. Hi everybody, thank you so much for coming to our channel again today. Be sure to like and subscribe down below to give us some love and make sure that you are following along to make sure that you are owning your home successfully. Anyway, like I said, Steven is a realtor of over 5 years and he is here to talk about the most common apps that he sees his clients using when searching for a home. Now, I'm going to let him kind of talk about what the 3 are and we'll go from there.
Yep. So the 3 most common ones here in Minnesota that typically people use are Zillow, Realtor, and then EdinaRealty.com. Now, I am here with Edina Realty. Even if I was not with Edina Realty, I think I would still use EdinaRealty.com. Reason why is because they're based on a Google platform that is as easy to use as Google Maps is. So the number one that people typically use when we start the buying process is Zillow.
Do you like Zillow?
I don't like Zillow.
Why?
So I don't like Zillow being a realtor because a lot of times Zillow is easy to use and everything. It's fun, it's friendly, and a lot of people know of it, but it's just inaccurate information sometimes. I see sometimes there's listings that have been pending for weeks and almost months, and they're still active on Zillow. I see things that have sold, and they're still active. It's easier to use an app that actually needs correct information instead of just grabbing tax information or things that are updated very less frequently than other apps.
So you find that Zillow is typically outdated information and cannot always be correct what the cost of a home might actually be?
It can be. So it definitely can be. Now, one of the benefits of using Zillow is it's easy to use. So if you're out looking and you're on Zillow and you see a house down the street, it's easy to look at that house, look at the pictures and everything like that. Then sometimes it's better to confer with one of the actual apps that are that need to be regulated and have correct information. So it can be used as a good way to find homes, but I would definitely use a regulated app that can get you the correct information.
I also have found issues with the Zillow app because if I find a property that I like that I send to him, he usually says, oh, it's already active contingent, which means someone already has claim to it basically. And it's just hard because if I fell in love with a property that was already taken and it's just outdated, it makes things really hard.
Yeah.
So Zillow pros, it's really easy to use, but cons, it's not always up to date.
Yeah.
All right. What about Realtor.com? Do you have much to say about that one?
So I don't have too much to say about it. Realtor.com is a good app. It's a little bit more difficult to use than Edina Realty and Zillow, in my own personal preference. These are all my personal preferences. If you use the app, more power to you. But I typically tend to use Edina Realty more than Realtor.com. My personal preference is a little bit easier to use than Realtor. But yeah. So that's really all I have to say about Realtor.com.
Awesome. Well, what about Edina Realty? Obviously, this is your brokerage company, so it's your preferred method for multiple reasons than just that. But what are your pros and cons for a client using these?
So the pros and cons is Edina Realty has to have correct information going on. We get checked throughout the days to see if our information is correct. And if we find anything that's that's incorrect with one of our listings, we have to change that to correct information and get it signed off on. So not only that, is Edina Realty is really easy to use when it comes to normal platforms. When I say normal platforms, people are used to using Google Maps, Apple Maps, and so on, just like that. Edina Realty is almost the exact same thing, in my opinion. It's really easy to be driving around, looking around at these neighborhoods, and actually see a home, be able to click on it, get the directions so you can drive to it. And while you're driving to it, your passenger can be looking at the pictures and researching the home that way.
Yeah, and I have found with the Edina Realty app too, it's really nice to see right off the bat what your property lines kind of look like. Not all apps are as good at that, I feel, especially as someone who looks at homes a lot. So it's really nice to see like, okay, like you are a corner lot, or like you do have back door neighbors that yards look on yours, so you know that going into it instead of it being a surprise. So having it really feel like Google Maps is really helpful when you kind of want to get more of an idea of what the home actually looks like within its neighborhood. Yeah,
and it really does put a good idea to see where your property lines are and see what's actually the properties that you're looking at. clearly you have to go to this, the county and make sure that that's all correct, because not anything in this business or any business is 100% accurate all the time. It's really close to it, but you always have to do your due diligence. But I think Edina does that in the first place, so they kind of put you in a good starting point.
Obviously, your realtor will know what's going to be best for you based on your location. But
Yep.
thanks so much for watching, and we can't wait to welcome you home. Bye.
Bye.